today's video is like, I don't know, it's kind of sort of a rant, but it could just be like a conversation starter. So today's topic is men with a whole bunch of kids. Yeah. So, let's get started. My biggest problem with guys who have a bunch of kids is that they expect a woman who has no kids or who has been with less people than they have to just be okay and be fine with being stepmommy or baby mom's number 4 or 5. And I just don't think that's cool, because just because you chose to sleep with an array of women, not use a condom, and get caught up, you just think that I'm gonna be like, okay, stepmommy starting now. Like, no, that's what we're not gonna do. So why not just use a condom? I personally don't really understand that whatsoever. And then my favorite kind of guy is the one that has the baby moms and wants to have a girlfriend, and you say to the girlfriend, oh yeah, you know, me and my kid's mom, we're no longer together, blah blah blah, all those lies. And yet every time you go and pick up little Juwan Jr., you're over there smashing mama's cheeks. I just don't really understand that, because if you want to sleep with the baby moms, do that and be honest about it and just say to the kid's mother you just want to sleep with her. Now, if you have one of those kids' mothers that just wants to put you on child support and wants to be with you again like Kathy from Black Ink Crew, then that's your fault, because once again, if you would have used a condom, that would have never ever happened. But it did, so now you have to deal with it. So for you to drag a woman into that situation and deal with a baby mama who's most likely crazy and won't even like the new girlfriend is just rude and selfish. Like, get it together. And then with these babies' mothers, if the man doesn't want to be with you, for you to hold the child against him and say, oh, you can't see the kid because, you know, we're no longer together, that's ridiculous. Like, once again, you should have been on birth control. You should never had sex with this bum, and then y'all wouldn't even have these problems. Like, I can't stand when somebody has a kid and then they want to blame everyone else for their problems, but y'all chose to have sex and sleep with each other. Now deal with it and stop dragging people into y'all's mess. Like, if y'all are together, be together. If y'all aren't, then y'all have, the woman has her own life, the man has his own life, and just be done with it. Stop trying to involve other people into y'all's nonsense. Like, it's so simple. But then you have to think even deeper than that and wonder, why do guys have all these kids? Then you have to look at who raised them, because a lot of people come from fatherless or motherless homes, and that definitely impacts you later on down the line. And with guys, especially if you don't have a positive male role model, or he was a Rolling Stone or your mom was a Rolling Stone, then that's pretty much what you're going to have down the line, unless someone teaches you otherwise. But at some point in time, you have to stop using that as an excuse and break through those chains of fatherless homes, motherless homes, and just being disrespectful or not responsible when it comes to your children, your wife, your husband, or whoever. So, yeah. It's just unfortunate. But it just irritates me. It really does. Because especially online, there's a whole bunch of guys who have kids and they are like, you know, expecting a woman to be okay with that. And it's like, why do women have to be okay with you having kids? Some women actually want to be the first priority and want to have your first child and be your only wife and be your only kid's mother. You know, like the mother to your children. Some women want that with just one person and to not keep repeating that. Now, don't get me wrong. Not everyone goes into a relationship thinking like, oh, it's going to end. But if you saw someone who had some crazy tendencies beforehand, why do you think that it would be okay to, like, impregnate that person or to let them impregnate you? Like, are you serious? But then you have some women who want to trap men with babies, which is so stupid, because that's not going to trap a guy. Like, the only way that he's really, like, technically trapped, if you will, is if y'all are married. Now, these women who, want to trap guys with babies, I would consider that, kind of like a hoe in a way. So if y'all would like, 10 easy steps to go from like a hoe to a housewife, I got you. I've been thinking about that list for a long time because I've had a lot of conversations with different hoes throughout my life and just seeing, the do's and don'ts of the game. So if y'all would like those 10 steps, I'll definitely film a video on that for you to get all of y'all from hoes to housewives. It'll definitely work for you. But anyways, back to the guys. Yeah. I would definitely say, like, depending on how you were raised and, how your mother or your father was with you, it definitely will determine how you end up as, like, a person growing up. But once again, like, that's not an excuse. And I would say advice for guys to have a whole bunch of kids, like, obviously you can't just suck up the kids, into her vagina again and make them go away. They're going to be there for forever. But if you are going to have, kids with someone, just really think about it. Think about it long and hard before you stick it in without a condom. Would I be okay with having kids with this person? And ladies also, think about that before you lay down with Tyrone. Would it be okay if I had his kid? And just think about that every time you sleep with someone. And if the answer is no, then you shouldn't be sleeping with them. Because God forbid there's a hole in that condom, or it's old, or something just happens and you didn't use protection, or your protection just went awry. And then you're screwed. Think about that. Because if the answer is no, then you shouldn't even be sleeping with them. Just consider just having them as a friend or have them as nothing. Like, it could all be so simple. Because I'm so tired of dealing with guys who have kids and these crazy baby mamas when both of y'all could have avoided this situation. Come on now, seriously? Jesus. Anywho, this rant's over. Yeah. I'm tired of dealing with people who have kids. Y'all get on my last nerve. Like, seriously. We need to just, like, put y'all on a boat and send y'all to, like, some new island that needs to be created, like, tomorrow. But, anywho, definitely down below in the comments, talk about your story or situation, with, either your kid's dad, your baby moms, or dating people who have kids, so we can get that conversation going. And definitely thumbs up this video if you like this rant. There'll definitely be more in the future because I have tons of different things to yell about. So yeah, and definitely subscribe so you guys can stay up to date with all my new and latest wonderful, fantabulous videos. So I'll see you guys in